This is TempleOS 5-minute random code walkthrough episode 95, and I'm your host, Terry Davis. And God has taken us to the editor, the document editor. Okay, so we are in edit A. Okay, so this is when you press cursor right. Now the main dispatch is in where is that? Okay, so the main dispatch is in edit B, and we were just looking at cursor right. Let's see how it got to there. So if you press cursor down, cursor up, cursor left, cursor right. So we were editing this routine right here. We were looking at this routine right here. So this is when it gets a keystroke. It dispatches all the different keys. It passes the document and the scan code. And the scan code is passed because of the flags. If you do cursor right and you have the shift key, then that needs to highlight. So the scan code, anyway, so what do? So the editor has two state values for position. There's cur entry and cur data call. So this red, do you see this red link? That is an entry, and the position within the entry is the data call. So for example, anyway, text, you have text entries, you have link entries. If you have macro entries, you can, anyway, so there's the entry, cur entry, and the data call. That's what we need to mess with. So what's this first thing doing here? If you're doing control and you hit right, watch this, I'm gonna hit control right. It goes to the end of line. What this does is it scans until it gets to the end of the line, and the end of the line is when the y value, that's the y coordinate. As long as the y coordinate is the same, we're skipping, and then once it gets to the x, I think we back up one, don't we? Oh, well, the next one is the same. So we're looking ahead at the next one. So this is current data column is CC, and we set it to the max value for the current. So in other words, on this line, for example, we get to a text, we get a link, then we get to a text. And what we do is the cur data call is set to the max, which is this is the max position. So control right, that sets the max position. So otherwise, if it's not a control, if it's not a control key, if it's not control right, then it's let's see. Shut up, bird. So if it's okay, so if it's not the end, then we actually break up the text entry in two pieces. So we actually break up the text entry in two pieces. So if we have the cursor and we advance from one key over, then we break the text into two pieces. Like let's say the cursor is on the equal sign, then we break this part into one text entry. Then we insert an entry. Or do we? Okay, well, we break it into 2 text entries. That's what we do. And let's see, are we almost done? If it's so if we're in the middle of a text entry, we break it in 2 pieces. Otherwise, if it's not in the middle, if it's on a link or a macro or something, we advance to the next. We advance to the next entry, and we might have to skip entries. If you have a tree, do you know what a tree is? A tree is these are trees, and if we hit right and we're sitting right here, we want to get past all the intermediate hidden entries. So all the hidden entries are marked skip. Now, where does that happen? There, we have a very powerful routine. Anyway, that's looking for soft new lines, and then finally we finally set the final column and entry, and then we unlock the form forward. Oh, this is let's say you're over here. Let's say you say Control F for find. Now look at this. We're not allowed to rest the cursor on top of these entries. This is a form, and a form forward. This, if we're sitting on one of those entries, we advance past it. That's what this form forward does. And then finally we unlock it, because as we're typing on the editor, the document is being updated as you type. It's being updated on the screen, and so every 30 times a second it goes through the entire document, and that's where it handles the word wrap and stuff like that is handled in here. Word wrap puts in soft character turns. Matter of fact, word wrap, first it deletes all the old word wrap soft character turn, then it installs, and then it inserts new soft word wrap soft character turns. Anyway, new lines. Anyway,